We have a 2011 Volkswagen Jetta Tdi, and a local car dealer bought it at auction, and it's got a long story behind it. I don't know that I'll be able to convey it quickly, but it kind of goes like this. He bought it at auction, put a battery in it, the radio didn't work, so he took it to Best Buy, and Best Buy installed a aftermarket stereo for him, and then it failed inspection for wiper blades, so he put wiper blades on it, and when he got done with wiper blades, he noticed the windshield wipers didn't work, so he took it to a local mechanic here, and that local mechanic, I don't know if he really did any diagnosing or not. Based on the tidbits I've heard, I don't think so, but basically he ordered a wiper motor from China Zone and didn't install it. He just pulled the cowl up and plugged it in, and immediately when he plugged it in, it started rotating. Key was not on. That's strange because I would assume the hood would have been up, and you may know from one of my past videos, the hood being up makes the wipers canceled where they're not on. But he said the China Zone wiper motor would turn constantly whenever it was plugged in. There's some contradictions there because he said there was a fuse missing. He had to put the fuse in. Anyway, moving on. At that point, he did realize that there was no communication because he was able to scan the engine computer and he got some no communication codes. And at that point, he dropped back to punt, and I got it from there. We'll make some checks with VAGCOM, look at communication. The main customer's concern is the wipers working, but as I was bringing it in, it is getting cold now, so the door was down. And as I was bringing it in, I went to honk the horn to have the guys open the garage door, and the horn didn't work. And our policy is when the car comes in the bay, the window goes down so that it doesn't lock and get the keys locked in it. And the windows didn't work, so I checked all of them. None of them worked. And then the goofiest part of it is once we got inside, the headlights were on. Stepping on the brake made the headlights turn off. So there's a lot of goofy little symptoms on this car. Let me show you the symptoms, I guess. Turn the key on and play with the window button here, and it's just not doing anything. And there's our you see our headlights. It has to be started for this to happen. And I step on the brake, step off the brake, step on the brake, step off the brake, step on the brake, step off the brake, step on the brake. Oh, that's goofy. Horn. No horn. So, what else? Wipers. Previous shop did leave the wiper arms off. They're in the back of the car. So, they're back there. There's the box for the replacement stereo. So here's our auto scan. These are the modules that are reported from the CAN module, or I should say the CAN gateway. These are the modules that are reported from the CAN gateway, and all these modules should be present. And as we go through, we have a engine computer, and it says steering column control module, no communication. That might make sense because we have no horn and no wipers. And then no communication with HVAC control module. Now once again, these are engine trouble codes. And then transmission trouble codes, missing message from steering wheel. ABS module. Control module for tire pressure monitoring, no signal communication, intermittent. Tire pressure warning. And then the HVAC, oops, scroll down too far. The HVAC module cannot be reached. Central electric module cannot be reached. Airbag module, no fault. Oops. Steering wheel control module cannot be reached. So we're developing pattern here. We have no communication on several computers. Instrument cluster, function restricted due to missing message. Probably a missing message from the instrument or from the steering wheel control module or the central electric module, maybe the AC unit. Once again, function restricted. And on we go. CAN gateway. Company data bus for comfort system defective. Company data bus. Company data bus and single wire open circuit. Radio, no communication. It makes sense, it's got an aftermarket radio in it now. Position sensing cannot be reached. By the way, this car runs and drives just fine. Okay, so we have 52. Passenger door can't be reached, radio can't be reached, rear left door can't be reached, rear right door can't be reached. But luckily we can talk to the telephone module. Yay. I forgot to show that the radio didn't work, but having Cortland pull it out. Can you show them that the radio is everything still operational there? Can you show them that it doesn't work? Go ahead and turn the key on. And this is Cortland, by the way. Say hi, Cortland.
Hi.
Not sure I'm going to use that, but so as we tinker with that, it doesn't come on at all. It looks bright there, but that's a reflection from the light. We're just trying to eliminate this as a possibility for causing the no communication. You know, the older Volkswagens would, an aftermarket radio would cause them not to communicate. So if you'll unplug that, then we'll try and scan it again, see if it'll communicate. Unplug. Okay, I've printed the communication network on ProDemand and to address our problem. And despite the fact that this car has multiple problems, for instance, the windows don't work, horn doesn't work, wipers don't work, lights shut off when you step on the brake. When you have multiple problems like this, the way you usually choose to address it is to just pick one, maybe the simplest one to diagnose, and address it that way. Because maybe solving that one simple problem will solve multiple issues. The main customer concern is that the wipers don't work. So the way I'm choosing to address this is to look at the wiper system. What we have here, ProDemand calls it multifunction steering wheel control module. Right now I'm assuming that is the wiper switch itself. And the reason is if the wiper switch has complex stuff in it, then they call it a control module. If I'm wrong on that, just make a post in the comments, but I don't think it's going to change my but this inputs to the steering wheel control module. So anyway, the wiper switch, regardless, inputs to the steering wheel control module. And then the steering wheel control module communicates on these orange and green and orange and brown wires to this data. Funny part about it is it has two systems of orange and green wires and orange and brown wires. So here's one and here's one. But all these control modules in this area communicate on these orange and green and orange and brown wires. And then from there they go up to the diagnostic connector, and there is they do go up here to the vehicle electrical system control module, which VAGCOM calls that the central electric module. And so we have no communication with this. We have no communication with this. Honestly, driver's door, left rear door, passenger's door, right rear door, we have no communication with any of those. That I'm assuming is the wiper switch, but not sure. But we definitely have no communication with the steering wheel control module. AC, this car is equipped with manual AC or automatic AC. Either way, it's a computer that communicates on the data bus module, but there's only one. I don't know which it is. It's probably just the manual, so that's not communicating. Memory seat, this car's not equipped with memory seat. Towing recognition, I don't think this car is equipped with that, but it doesn't matter anyway. Basically everything in this area and this module up here are not communicating. So I guess we'll need to pull whichever of these modules is easiest to get to. I don't want to pull the door cards. I don't want to pull the dash apart and get the AC, although we got the radio out already. Don't want to pull the steering wheel off. Definitely don't want to pull the steering wheel off on that one either. So the central electric module is probably where we're going to approach this at. So we'll get a schematic for the central electric module and find out what powers and grounds it has, and scope these orange and brown and orange and green wires and see if we have communication on there, or see what. Okay, I've printed a schematic for what ProDemand calls the vehicle electric system, which VAGCOM calls the central electric system. So here's this system in all its glory. We at one point in this process we did check all the fuses already. Not going to video doing that. Anybody can check fuses, and we checked every fuse that was present. And as soon as we printed this schematic, we checked all these fuses. This is in the box under the hood. It says panel B, left front engine compartment. That's under the hood, and this is the fuse box at the left side of the dash. We checked those three fuses specifically, including with a test light and pulling them out and visually looking at them, looking at the prongs inside the fuse box. We didn't see anything there. And so this thing has a ton of wires and a ton of stuff. What I'm seeing here is it looks like there's three connectors. This one isn't labeled, but it goes all the way down to 52. And then there's a second connector, and I don't know whether that's a partial or not, but then it shows this number right here. And then this one over here has 52 connectors, 52 wires, 52 positions for wires, I guess. So grand total we have 156 positions coming out of that. Maybe not all of them have wires though, especially on this one here. So we'll make some power and ground checks at our central electric module, or vehicle electrical system control module, and maybe we'll find the problem with that. It'd be nice if it was something simple. I don't think that's going to be the case though, because all the computers on this network are down. Maybe it'd be more logical to check the waveform on the data bus first and not worry about power and grounds on this module. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do first. We'll check powers and grounds later but we definitely have the data bus down for all these modules, so we'll check get an oscilloscope out and check the orange and brown and orange and green wires.